where I gave away a graded 85% by UK. Okay. Welcome back to the show. I am the Star Wars Daddy, bringing you October's mail haul video of all the vintage toys that I've added to my collection. And I can tell you that I have a pile that I put up over here next to my Star Wars pinball machine. And stuff gets piled on top of each other. And so it's very hard for me to tell how much stuff I've actually added into this collection. And once I put them out on the table here to make these videos, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. There's so much stuff. We have obviously massive amounts of incredible Star Wars items, from the vintage collection, which is modern stuff, to vintage toys. We got mint on cards that are graded. We've got loose graded items that are insane items. You got to stick around for those. We've also got some Gentle Giant Star Wars stuff that we've got, G.I. Joes, graded VHS, graded video games, comics. What else do we got? I'm looking. We got video game consoles. You know that I've got a run of consoles going right now that are all boxed, and they're stacked up. There was one that I was missing, and I have another one, but it'll be for next month. That is the final piece to the puzzle for all vintage consoles that will be boxed up, complete, and working in my collection. So anyways, it's nuts. We're going to go over all of these items. I had to pre-record some of it because there was items that were sent off to be graded. CAS has given me all kinds of coupons and freebies here lately for doing all kinds of marketing stuff with the items that they've sent back from previous. And so I've got these free coupons I've got to use, and so I end up using those and sending some items off to be graded. So those are actually mixed into this, and those were Star Wars items as well. Real quick, we can go over a couple videos that have come out in case you just haven't seen them. We got the C-3PO and R2-D2 collection review video that I did right here. These are all the R2-D2s and C-3POs that were in my collection. Again, surprised. I had no idea that I had this many items that were C-3PO and R2-D2. So I thought I had to combine them into one, but I honestly could have made two separate videos. But I was already halfway through it. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, well, this is going to take forever. So make sure to check this video out. Then we had the giveaway video where I gave away a Chewbacca, a Spanish PvP Chewbacca with a circle on his foot, graded 85% by UKG. And this is where it all happened. It happened in a video that I think I just didn't do a good enough thumbnail. It looked too close to all my other eBay listing videos, which you've probably seen. And this actually wasn't that. It was a review of horrible eBay listings that I found while looking for Star Wars items, where we had feet with fungus next to the items that were being pictured. We had animals in the pictures. We had potty paths. We had pictures of Star Wars items in bathrooms next to toilets. And these were the posts that I found, and we talked about them all right here. And then I had a giveaway. And then just make sure to check out all my eBay listing videos. This is where I have my eBay account, and I'm documenting what happens. I get collections in of Star Wars items, and then I piece sell them out to collectors that need that one piece or a couple pieces, and we document it just like those garage sale people on YouTube where they go out and they're hunting for items, and then they resell them on eBay, and they make all those videos. So I thought I might as well combine Star Wars and that idea into one, and that's what we have here on episode 46. I think there was a blue snaggletooth that sold, that was in near mint condition, sold for an incredible amount of money. You got to check these videos out. At the end of this video, I'll let you know what's upcoming. And so because there's upcoming videos always here on every Sunday and every Wednesday I release videos, you're going to want to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell notification. That bell notification is what will notify you when all these videos come out. If you love Star Wars content, if you like having fun and being weird, well, that's me. Definitely, that is me. But enough of all of this gibberish and talking and wasting time. Let's get into all of these items that I've added to my collection in the month of October. It's unbelievable. All right, first thing here is a Darkwing Duck Blaster. I have no idea what this is. It makes noise. It's still in the baggie sealed. I think it was some sort of like a cereal, like mail away from Kellogg's. I have no idea, but this goes with you're seeing it right now, my Darkwing Duck collection. I had a whole bunch of graded items that I'd sent off to be graded. We got them back. We did a big video on Darkwing Duck. And so this will go up on my wall with the rest of the collection since it's Darkwing Duck. And here we've got, oh my gosh, it's a plush. It's a teddy bear. What is this? It's a Build-A-Bear I got from Jeff Jacobs. He had all kinds of plush. And it's hard to see. I don't have any room here. Let me, oh, shnikes, I almost just lost that. All right. Here we go. I'm going to back it up here. It's a Jedi Build-A-Bear. It's got the lightsaber here, and who knows who this is supposed to be, but got this for incredibly cheap. I think it was like 15 bucks, and I know it costs a lot more to have a Build-A-Bear because my son used to be into those when he was like 4 years old, and they cost a fortune. So got this for an incredible price. Got a bunch of other little plush from him too. That we've got a stuffed animal Jabba the Hutt, a Tauntaun, a Grogu, and I think a couple other little things. So they're going to go into my R2-D2 cooler. That's where I put all the kind of stuffed animal stuff and just fill that thing up with all of those. I added in another dinner tray. You know, I've got that Elf one that helps me organize. Well, I got a nicer looking one, which is the Return of the Jedi dinner tray. You probably had something like this back in the 80s. I know I did. I can't remember which ones I had. I don't think they were Star Wars, but I remember having dinner trays like this. So what I do is all my accessories, all the little tiny accessories, I put them in here so they can't, they're stuck in here because the lip that goes around the outside. And then I can transport this up and down the stairs, especially when I'm cleaning items. I put a lot of the figures here I need to clean. I take them up to the sink, wash them, clean them, dry them off, put them back here, and then I bring them back downstairs. These things are super handy for all the things that I do. When I was younger, I had this vehicle that I used with my Star Wars toys. I would load them all up inside here and drive them all around in my backyard in all the different scenes that I would put up with Star Wars. I was always missing this front piece, and I don't think I had this bumper in the back, and then there was railings on the inside. I didn't have those either. So it's just the top. It was basically a shell of everything. I did have this Top Gun that was there, but definitely played with this all the time. I ended up selling it off in some big collection that I was selling off like miscellaneous items. I think I had a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff, and I sold it all off. And I was like, man, I really wish I still had that because I played with it all the time. So for nostalgia reasons, I've purchased one that is complete and got it for like $30. So a pretty good deal probably. It came with a G.I. Joe figure. Let me know down in the comments who in the world this is. I have no idea what G.I. Joe figure this is. I guess I could do one of those Google searches with the picture, but I haven't. And then it came with some other like miscellaneous G.I. Joe stuff, which will probably just go up for sale because I don't care about any of the stuff that's in this bag. I have tons of G.I. Joe accessories and weapons that have been sitting in a bag as I get collections in. There's always additional accessories for Ninja Turtles and He-Man, and so I put them into different buckets and stuff, and I'll have one big sale. So at some point coming up soon, I'll probably have a big G.I. Joe sale of all my G.I. Joe stuff. All right, just a couple of video games here. We'll go over, I think, some graded ones too. But WrestleMania, loved this on Sega Genesis, played it all the time. I could never beat it. I always struggled with this game. It came out when I was a little bit younger, so harder for a younger kid to pick up all of it. And then, we didn't have the internet either. We didn't have YouTube to tell us how to win things or how to unlock stuff. You basically just had to learn on your own. But Hulk Hogan right there on the cover, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, $1 Million Man, and what's his name? It's not Shango. Oh, he's the dude. Papa. Oh, what's his name? I can't remember. Lost it. And then we got Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat there on Sega Genesis. You open it up. There we go. We got all this stuff in there. Perfect. That'll go with all my other video game stuff. And I added this in to go with my original Nintendo. We've got the NES Advantage. Experience the professional feel of real arcade play. Repeat firing power at the touch of a button, delay. So it's this, it's this big controller. So you could feel like you were playing on a big arcade game, like the arcade I have right here that has these exact same types of features on them. And there it is. Oh, look at these guys. They're arms around each other. They're loving it. I don't think I ever put my arm around my friends when we played video games, ever. That is kind of a weird photo. But yeah, adding this to the box collection behind me. And then I got the GameCube, the Nintendo GameCube. Here it all is. All the parts are actually sitting next to me. And so I've got to put them into the box. But it came with a bunch of controllers and some games and stuff. And so I will, put those here into the box. This is what it kind of looks like here. And then this box will go with my other box collections. I'm only missing really one of the main video game consoles. And it's the Atari is what I'm missing, but I have it coming to me. The original Atari in the box, all complete with everything. And that should be arriving this week. And you saw it in the thumbnail. Here's that giant helmet. It makes noise. Let me turn it on. I got this from Gold Star Tech. He has a bunch of these that don't come with a box, apparently. That's what it said. But this one actually came with a box, even though the listing said it didn't come with a box. And so it makes a bunch of light lit up sounds. It's probably hard to hear because the sound happens at the inside of where your ears are. Oh my gosh. So a lot of cool stuff happening with this helmet. This is just obviously, I'm not actually going to put this on off camera and wear it and have fun. It's just going to go up into my collection. I've got another helmet that's right here. I've got some helmets that are up above my arcade. And so this is just a display piece. And I got it for super cheap from Gold Star Tech on eBay. Ace Ventura VHS graded. I got this for the steal. It's 8.5 by IGS. I don't even think IGS is in business anymore. I believe they're no longer in business, but 8.5. And here's the back of it. I've got a whole VHS collection happening. So anytime I see like one of my favorite movies or something that gives me any kind of nostalgia and it's on VHS, it's on auction, and I can get it for a steal, I will probably bid on it. And I probably gonna have a video soon. I just sent, what did I send off? I sent off Raiders of the Lost Ark on VHS to CGS to be graded. And so that will be back, in a couple months. And once that happens, I will probably do a video on all my graded VHS. Some graded video games. This is my son's favorite game. I swear it is. When he's here in town, he plays it nonstop. I think he's like at 98% complete of the entire game. And if you know the game, that's incredible. That is hours and hours and hours of gameplay to get to that point. And he's just got a couple, not a couple, he probably still has like 20 plus missions he's still got to complete to get that last little bit. But he'll be here for Thanksgiving and he'll probably try to knock that out and get the game 100% completed. But there it all is. Beautiful. CGC grade this at 9.4. And yeah, this is awesome. Another graded video game. This is one of my favorites on the Xbox. It was Enter the Matrix. I love this game. I thought it was very playable. It was entertaining. The movements and the gunplay on it were incredible. 9.4 by CGC. There's the back. And absolutely love this game. Playing it in 2003, this game came out. So I was 23 years old. And yes, still playing video games because I still play video games now. Ooh. We've got a graded comic. You knew I couldn't go a month without purchasing a comic. I just got this in today. And this is Rocket Raccoon number 4 by Marvel. Came out August of 1985, the direct edition, a 7.0. And this is, let's see what happens in this one. Rocket Raccoon leaves Half-World. Who knows? I don't know, but I love Guardians of the Galaxy. And so I wanted to get a comic from the Guardians of the Galaxy. And this one just happened to pop up and it's signed. It's signed by Mike Mignola. I have no idea who that is. I didn't look it up before this video. So right now, something's popping up right here. And it's telling everybody and myself who in the world Mike Mignola is. I assume that's the person that did the, it says right down here, Mignola and Gordon. So I'm, obviously Mignola's the person that did the artwork on the cover. But I verified it right here. Maybe there's a picture of him. I don't know. But this is by CBCS. I wish it was CGC because CBCS, for whatever reason, when I go into catalog this in GoCollect.com, they tend to have trouble giving me prices for CBCS because there's not that many of them compared to CGC comics. It's hard to get price points. And so I end up having to put my own price point. And typically what I paid for it is probably a steal and isn't what it's actually worth. It's probably worth more because I'm never going to pay retail for something. And so anyways, who knows? But this is a beautiful cover. It's pretty crazy. It's almost like, it's, a machine horse. There's this clown head that he's dragging around right here. Who knows what happened in this episode, but it looks like it's got to become a movie. All right, this is popping up. It's a modern Darth Vader But there's something special about this. John, the action figure grader, showed this in a what to buy video. And so I went and I watched it on eBay and I made a bid and I got it for a steal. And this goes with, right here, the Shadows of the Empire video that I did. Because this Darth Vader is actually the Darth Vader that came in a 2-pack with, I think, Prince Zixor versus Darth Vader 2-pack. And it had a comic with it too, I believe. There was a comic with it. And this is the same Darth Vader. So what they did is they repackaged this Darth Vader from the Shadows of the Empire into this card here. All right, here we go. We've got a 1997 Kenner Star Wars Power of the Force 2 green card, Darth Vader retooled Shadows. So it's a retooled figure from the Shadows of the Empire, and it's an uncirculated 80. So somebody sent a box, a sealed shipper box that was filled with these action figures to AFA, and they graded them all. Here's the back here. So nothing special that, you know, dignifies that it was from Shadows of the Empire, but we know because of this little flip of the cape right here. This little flip of the cape is the one that came with the Shadows of the Empire 2-pack. And then after that, I think that the cape just points down for the other ones that they made. So this is kind of a unique item. And again, I got it for an incredible deal. Okay, I've got two vintage collection figures right here, VC13. And guess what? They are the exact same figure, except we've got Darth Vader on one name pill and Anakin Skywalker on the other. So these are the both versions that came out. And I can't remember which one is worth more or is more scarce. Leave me a comment down below. Remind me if it's the Darth Vader name pill or it's the Anakin Skywalker name pill. But we got both right here, VC13, both exactly the same on the back. And just one says Anakin Skywalker and one says Darth Vader. But this is my son's favorite character. He loves the change from the, Anakin into Darth Vader from Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3. And he told me that, and so I got excited that he still cared something about Star Wars. He is 15 years old and doesn't seem to care about much of any of the things that I care about when it comes to toys. We're definitely on page with going to the gym and sports and whatnot and girls, but not into Star Wars. But he told me that he really loved this character. So I sought these out, got them. I'm going to send them off to be graded, and then I can have something here in my collection that my son actually cares about. Some mint-on cards from the vintage era. We've got the Cloud Car Pilot here, mint-on card. It's a beautiful figure. The back actually is very nice. It's unpunched. A little tiny ding down here in the corner, and I'm looking. Maybe a little bit of scuff just right here. There's a little scuff you can see. It's obviously a yellowed blister, and there is a little bit of, maybe a little ding there on the blister. But otherwise, this is a beautiful card back. Everything is still taped inside where the blasters are. And I expect this to come back as an 80. And then the last mint on card I've got here, and I'm filming this ahead of time, these last four that you've seen. So I could actually add more to my collection. I'm not sure. But as of right now, this is the last of the mint on cards. This is your Tri-Logo prune face. And it's got a KB Toys sticker that's still up here. It's almost peeling off. And I'm looking. The blister actually is pretty good for a Tri-Logo. It's probably going to end up as a 70, maybe a 70 plus on the blister score. Figure should get, 85. And then the card back, it's got a little bit of wear here on the, the punched out hang tab area. Otherwise, it's a very nice card. I got a screaming deal for this. And I expect this to get a 75 plus because that blister is going to bring it down. It is a clear blister. It's beautiful. But we will see. Here is a qualified boxed Endor Forest Ranger vehicle, the mini rig. It has been opened. It's all unused parts inside. Yes, there is a little tear here. That is pretty much it on this box. There is the slightest little crease right at the top part here, but this was never folded. Where was this from? Bradley's? Does that say Bradley's? What does that say? Bradley's? I think it's Bradley's. Somebody paid $7.87 for this, and we got a little wear right here, But overall, this is super nice. It's probably going to get a 75 plus, maybe an 80. Maybe I squeak out an 80 with this box. I'm going to send this off to be graded. I've got another coupon sitting there with CAS for a free grade. And so I'm going to send this off to be graded. And this is awesome. It's something I did not have in my collection. I've got all the other mini rigs boxed right here. And I've got some over here where you can't see. So I only have a few mini rigs left that have not been graded. I think it's two of them. So at some point, hopefully I'll have every single one of these mini rigs graded in some way, shape, or form. All right, the next 4 are baggied items. And here we've got a baggied Klaatu. And we've got an 85. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. 1984 Kenner Star Wars baggy style ESB-H Klaatu COO 2-line Hong Kong. And there's the baggie. This is one of those baggies I don't think has any print on it. It's like a real big baggie that's a vacuum sealed baggie. I think it just said baggie. Baggy, and it's beautiful. Love this. I love the display that CAS does, how they kind of put a smaller box inside to encapsulate such an incredible item. Love how they do their baggies. Here's a baggie. It's Nikto! And another 85. What is happening here? 1983 Kenner Star Wars baggy style ESB-C Nikto no COO 2-line. And we can see we got the big Kenner right there with the made in Hong Kong. It's actually beautiful. The very clear bag, the print on it's beautiful. A little aging to the tape right here. It's turning a little bit yellow on the tape. Otherwise, it's just incredible. And the figure looks awesome. This is a great baggie. All right, here is, you're hearing it. It's the pig, the Gamorrean guard pig. And this is your Ledy guard pig. It's a made in Mexico baggie. And what do we have on this? An 80 plus, another great grade. I don't know why I'm showing you because you can't even see it, but I'm having you tilt it just so I can read it. 1983 Kenner Star Wars baggy style Return of the Jedi Dash E. I think it's what it says, Gamorrean guard. And right here you can see it's the made in Mexico. And so this is your, yep, I can see it on the back. It just has an 8-3 on the back of this leg right here. Nothing on this leg. That is your Ledy. And right here on the, let's see if I can get a good picture of this. Right there. There's a crease that goes right through the axle right here. And this is a little bit shorter than the Kenner version and a little bit darker on the wooden handle. And that's your Ledy axe. And so I sold off, I had a loose graded Ledy Gamorrean guard pig, and I just sold that off last week or 2 weeks ago to recoup because I don't need 2 of the exact same figure. All right, last baggie. We had 4 of them, and this is your Rebel Commander, and we got an 85. What? Okay, nuts. Baggies, I feel, are really hard to grade because there's so many things being graded, but this is incredible. 4 incredible grades on baggies, and these were all items that I'd sent off to be graded. 1983 Kenner Star Wars baggy style ESB-F Rebel Commander, again an 85. There's the back. And it's nice that every single one of these baggies that we just had were all different types of baggies. This Kenner is that squared off Kenner logo with the made in Hong Kong there that goes, sideways on there. And it actually is in very nice print. There's just a little ding that happens right here. Otherwise, it's all very nice. And then we had the Made in Mexico one. We had the big old Kenner going this way. And then we had the blank one that doesn't have anything on it. So it's cool that, just a coincidence that we had all 4 different types of baggies. All right. I'm going to have to back this camera up here. This is a gentle giant Gamorrean guard pig. And look how big this thing is. Let me put the... Here's your normal Gamorrean guard pig right there in the baggie. And this is the gentle giant. This is going to be going up on my wall somewhere. Oh, yeah, this person put their logo or their business card on. There's it's in one of those cases, plastic cases. And so here's the back. I mean, it's really there to resemble what is available that they have. But they made it look like the old vintage cards right here. But these are all of the different figures they have as gentle giants. And look at that. Can you imagine getting the Max Rebo band as gentle giants? And who's that? Reese. Big old Reese. Wait, what is that? Oh, no, these are busts. So these are just busts that are down here that I guess you'd put up for display, but those must be gigantic because look how big, again, this Gamorrean guard pig is. He is huge. And then here is another gentle giant. It's the Imperial Commander. with the little thing over the plastic case that's holding this all in. But he looks incredible. Look at him. Here's the back. Oh, this is a different back to it. And what do we have down here? Those are, oh, we got some new Mandalorian Season 2 figures that are coming out, I guess, they're going to have from Gentle Giants. And then there's all the other figures. These are incredible. I've got some more of these coming. And so we'll get those up on the wall. And it's probably going to go up here behind me because I got wall space over there for stuff like this and posters and just kind of miscellaneous stuff that isn't really, you know, your normal just small action figures like the Gamorrean Guard Pig down there. Did you say you wanted to see another Gamorrean Guard Pig? Well, you got it. This is my first mint on card graded Gamorrean Guard. And what do we have here? It's a 1983 Kenner Star Wars Return of the Jedi 65 back A Gamorrean Guard Pig, graded 75. The card got a 70, blister got an 85, figure got an 85. And look how beautiful this card back is. I mean, it's just awesome. This thing looks incredible. Glad to add this to my Mint on Card run. I feel like right now I've got 2 runs going. I've got the Mint on Card run going, which, again, I don't care if it's yellowed blisters, you know, which series, if it's Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, or the original Star Wars, I don't care. As long as I get a good deal on it, and, again, it's graded, I'm going to try to get one of everything within reason. I'm probably not a graded yak face that's mint on card. That's probably not going to happen. But for the original run, no last 17s, but the original run, I'll probably have every single one of them on a card of some sort graded. And I picked this up from Rogue5Toys.com, and those are the 5 idiot stocking toys, but this was from Chris, and it's a graded Tauntaun, and it's the closed belly version. And what do we get from UKG? We got an 85%. Are you kidding me? Star Wars, Tauntaun, Solid Belly, 1980 LFL, Hong Kong. This thing is beautiful. Look at this. I love the display. I have, you know, a graded dewback, but it's, I guess the dewback's in his box. I'm working on getting a graded Rancor. And I'd like to get kind of like all of the, and I got the, well, I got a Wampa, which is going to happen right here. So all the like little creatures I'd love to have graded. But I think that's, it'd be just a Rancor. I think the Rancor is the only kind of creature thing I don't have graded. So that probably is something that's on my list of something soon to do. Can you believe it? That's right. It's an Imperial Stormtrooper with the Hoth battle gear. And let's look at this grade. It's a 90. Now, there is something, I think, special to this. This is something that is the first that I've ever had. There aren't a ton out there. But it is quite the story. We got 1983 Palatoy Star Wars Return of the Jedi 65 back -B Hoth Snowtrooper, a 90, card 85, blister 95, and a figure 90. Let's look at the back. Incredible, right? Well, this is a Toy Toni. And what is a Toy Toni? Well, a guy named Toni was able to get during the time when I think it was when Palatoy was going out of business. He grabbed all kinds of overstock card backs, blisters, and figures. And then he put them together and then sold them as if they were original. So he made a ton of money on all these figures. And then they went off to grading, and they got past grading because grading had no idea this was happening. And so these are ones that were sent to be graded, got through grading, they got tricked, and here are the items. And so, yes, do these items sell for as much as they would sell for if this was not a Toy Toni? No. This thing would have sold probably for thousands if it was a 90 grade. So this thing sold for way, way less. It was a steal. I think it was a steal, Sunday steal at Rogue5Toys.com is where I picked this up. And it had been on there multiple times and kept getting reduced, and finally I snagged it. So this is my first Toy Toni that I've had in my collection, and I think it's an awesome story. Some people call these reproductions, but they're not reproductions. Everything in here is legit. It's legit Kenner items from the Palatoy factory. So it's just somebody else put them together than, one of the workers at the factory. Somebody else did it on their own and then sold them as if they came from the factory. That's the only dupe that's happened here. This isn't a reproduction. These are all legit parts. So anyways, I am ecstatic to have this in my collection. And it really only gets better from here for the last 3 items. If you've seen my short, you saw this Wampa boxed. It's qualified. Everything in there is unused parts, and we've got a 75 by CAS, 1981, Kenner Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, Hoth Wampa with a flap-closed JCPenney sticker. JCPenney sticker on the top. It's got the JCPenney coating, I think, is what they have there, too. I'm not sure if that is their coating or not, but this, I think having this flap taped down was something that happened with JCPenney's solely, but I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments if I'm wrong about this. This is an incredible item. I just sold off my loose graded Wampa because I don't need, again, both of the same figure to make up any kind of costs that I've incurred from grading. All right, it's a Bespin Luke. Woohoo, right? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Bespin Lukes that are graded. And you're like, why are you showing this at the end of your video? Well, because this is a 1980 Lili Ledy Retorno Star Wars Luke Skywalker Bespin Fatigues, blonde hair, no COO, 4-line LFL, 75 grade by CAS. This is the hardest, or one of the hardest, Lili Ledy figures to get. Not too many of these were known that these were Lili Ledy with the blonde hair, and but this is, and it has a different. It's a no COO, right? That's what I said. No COO. Yes, no COO. 4 lines. So all the stuff, the date stamp and the whole stuff happens on this one leg. Nothing on this leg here, and it has specific accessories that go along with it. But this is different than your brown-haired Lili Ledy that comes with the Bespin blaster here instead. This is super hard to come by, and these go for incredible amounts of money. And I got it loose, and I sent it off to be graded. I took a chance that I had all the right accessories and parts, and they got verified, and this thing is incredible, and I cannot wait to put it next to the Regresso brown-haired Bespin Luke Skywalker, the Lili Ledy one that I got up there. Just thrilled to have this in my collection. And finally, if you've watched my videos, you know I have gone through a nightmare with this figure. Not this specific one, but this version of the figure. This is your Dutch Clipper Darth Vader. I had 2 of them that I sent off to grading over the last year that I have made videos about, or not specifically about, but they were within some videos where they got rejected by CAS because of the lightsaber. They wanted a specific lightsaber the first time, so they rejected it. The second time, I sent them in what they asked for, then they said that's still the wrong one. I could not make them happy, and so I gave up. I ended up just selling the Darth Vader with the cape, Darth Vader without the saber as a Dutch Clipper. Made a pretty good amount of money on it for what I thought I was going to get, but this one was released here. Look, so the box, we've got Star Wars Darth Vader. Can't even read it. It says Amsterdam, Clipper, Benelux, Amsterdam, Brussels. And it's a baggied figure inside this little box. It is absolutely incredible. There was a magazine, I think, that it came with. And it's a specific COO'd figure, specific saber. It's actually I think it's a lighter colored saber than the one that we would have had here in Kenner. That's the exact same round-tipped saber, but it is beautiful. And well, let's read what it says. 1983 Clipper Star Wars Darth Vader mail-away promotion. It got a 75 plus. The baggie got a 75. Oh, sorry. The box got a 75. The baggie got an 80, and the figure got an 85. And I tell you what, the box, I mean, the box is beautiful. Tell me where there's a 75 here on this box. Anybody? We got some shadows on it. I mean, this box is incredible. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I am just thrilled to finally have the Dutch Clipper Darth Vader baggie graded and in my collection to go with my other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other Darth Vaders. I had a Darth Vader featured video popping up right now. And so unfortunately, this wasn't going to be added with that because I just got this, and that video came out a long time ago. But I'm glad to add this to that, long-running Darth Vader collection of all these different items and variants and foreign releases. This is awesome. Okay, we did it. We got through all those items. Can you believe it? I can't. As I was even going through there, I was like, oh my gosh, there's another item, another item. It's just, I promise you, I've actually curved all my spending. A lot of these things are just happening from, I got a lot of these items back from CAS that have been sitting there forever. And then there's a couple little things that they're just too good of prices for me to just walk away from. I mean, some of these things I got for the starting bid prices on some of these other eBay accounts, and they're just too good to be true. And then I ended up selling off a bunch of items here in my own collection as other things came in, as those were upgrades. So just craziness. And I can tell you, you're probably wondering, you're looking behind me like, where in the world is any of this stuff going, since all your walls are completely covered with Star Wars stuff? Well, I've got a whole bunch of new acrylic wall mount stuff. What do they call them? Shelving. I got acrylic shelving, and they're actually going to go where those posters are up here. I'm taking down these posters. I'm going to put a row going right atop the window here, and then I'm going to put another row in between that goes all the way across to there. And then this poster here, this one right here, that one's going down, and I'm going to extend these shelves right here, and I'm going to fill up a whole bunch of space. And I got the acrylics, they're like $22 for like 12 of these acrylic shelves from Amazon. It was an unbelievable deal. And so I'm going to be spending some time doing that. And then I also got, well, I guess I got it right here. I got a bunch of these brackets from a person on eBay. And those brackets are specific for Kenner vehicles. So I've got 2 Millennium Falcons. They're going up on the wall. I've got the Boba Fett Slave 1. That's going up on the wall. I've got a Snowspeeder vehicle going on the wall. X-Wing wall. And that way I can build or, make up some space where all these things are sitting out. And then I can take some of these items and start filling in those voids, since a lot of the stuff is going to be on the wall. It's never ending over here with organizing and trying to figure out how I can best piece all these items so they're all displayable. I hate having items in my collection that sit in a closet or sit in a box that I can't see. Like, why do I have them if I'm not going to appreciate them? And so that's pretty much what I do here 24/7. Upcoming videos. I had a collection come in. And so it was a pretty big collection. I think it was 85 figures and 82 accessories and all this kind of stuff. And we had the collector's cases with it. So I filmed myself opening it up, showing what I do to verify all of the weapons to make sure that they're legit, they're not reproductions. We went over some of the figures and what was in there, what the quality was of them, and then we prepped them for going up onto eBay. And so I did a whole big review of what that looks like. That's coming out next Sunday, because I believe that those items, got to think about this, I think those items actually will be live the Sunday that this video comes out. So this upcoming Sunday, all the items that are in the video that happen on Sunday will have just came on and be live on eBay. And so it's perfect timing. And then we'll have episode, I don't know, at that time it would be episode 48 or something of the eBay Star Wars listing videos that then shows what they sold for, and then we'll know if I made a profit on it. Because I talk about what the amount was that I paid for it, and it was I overspent a little bit than what I'd like to do. So hopefully the average comes out and I make some money on this, or at least break even. And that way, every one of my collectors and followers on eBay and on here get to add things to their collection. But listen, I think we've done it all. I hope you enjoyed seeing all these items added to my collection. But that's it. We've done it all. We've said it all. We've showed everything. And until the next time, Darth Vader? Who is your daddy? I've been working on getting a graded Rancor keeper, not Rancor keeper, Rancor. I've been worked on getting it. Okay, shut up.